The Peace Center, with support from the Women, Peace and Humanitarian Fund through the EU-funded Spotlight Initiative and technical support from UN Women in implementing a project to strengthen community capacities to prevent gender-based violence in Agojo refugee settlement and Ciforo sub-county in Adjumani district. The project uses the SASA Together methodology to combat violence against women with engagements of the trained community activists.
SASA is a Kiswahili word which means now. It means the time to act is now. And in full it is start, awareness, support, action. At the start phase we are looking at participants or community activists being able to embrace change at personal level.
For any progress of change, it has to start with me as an individual. It means I have first to change my behavior before I could go to the community.
When we look at issues of violence against women, mindset change is very critical. We adapted the SASA model that interrogates the powers, the underlying issues that continue to perpetrate violence in our communities. And this is one of the strategies that we have utilized to ensure that we contribute to the process of changing and building peace at family and community level.
Women and men have been trained and equipped to tackle the under-addressed challenge of gender-based violence by influencing attitudes through community dialogues and mediation sessions.
By using this SASA methodology, we are able to train community activists identified by communities themselves and those who are willing and ready to champion positive change in their communities.
We are equipping the participants with the community awareness skills and tools for community awareness like the game cards, the SASA posters.
But when we reach the community, when we address and we give them the purpose of our going there, after introduction, then we talk to the community. In our training, we are given some charts. We give these charts out to the community to look at. Those charts give them their brain, it widens them. There are some acts in the chart that are happening in the community.
Because SASA tells us that we have to balance power. You have to plan things together with your partner. And when you look at it, and when I look at it, putting things together and sharing things together make you grow so faster. I can give the example because at first, when I was not sharing, I could not build a house. But when it comes, we are planning together, we share everything together. That gives me courage to build a house with her. That is the best thing we have always to do if we want to see a real progress.
The action point, that is a response. A response. When you take action, you may see somebody doing something bad and you don't sit on it. But if you sit on down, that means you are not a good person. As an activist, if you are seeing something happening wrong, you have the right to get up and tell the community that whatever you're doing here is the wrong thing.
The social norms, the cultural norms has made the women down. And that is why you find all the time the violence is happening. Because if you look around in our community, in where we live, they consider violence against women as a normal thing. In a life, women has to experience that.
A total of 30 community activists, 25 females and 5 males hailing from Ciforo sub-county and Agojo refugee settlement, Adjumani district have the capacity to combat violence against women using SASA Together model.
I've realized that there at least reduction in cases of gender-based violence, especially incident reports that are coming to my desk. It has been minimized. Reason being that the community activists we selected with them are also continuously undertaking dialogue meetings, engaging these communities in sessions of gender-based violence, cases of sexual reproductive health rights, those kind of issues.
If you're given information, say ABCD is going wrong, you need to help such person as an activist. But if you think you cannot help, you have the right to go and inform the local leaders.
Participants to reflect on their personal lives and embraced the idea of change at personal level and reaching out to others. Cases to child sex, domestic violence and defilement have been referred to Protection Desk and Police.
The program of SASA began with the community activists. It has really helped our work because in most cases we encourage mediation. I've always encouraged the activists to mediate on these cases from the community, but what they cannot mediate, I have always encouraged them to refer to us for further management. Because even me, what I cannot mediate, I always also refer to the DPP. That is like the resident state attorney who always guides us on how to manage the cases of domestic violence and child-related offenses.
SASA, together we see it as a methodology that has worked, and when used properly, it can prevent violence against women. We've been able to see change at personal level, we've recorded change at community level, and through the district level advocacy meeting, we've also seen change at district level.
By investing in the women themselves, training them, building their confidence, exposing them to spaces beyond their communities, we have ensured that the agency of women is built and strengthened, but also that they are able to challenge the status quo. With the skills that they have, they are now able to continue investing in more, speaking and claiming more platforms.